As you can see, there is a painting here that I'm working on. It's not finished yet. I've shown you this on Instagram. Some of you said that it's already nice like this, but it's only the first coat, so I really need to finish it. Hi everyone, I hope you're well. So this video will be about my English books. So I don't have a lot of English books because I mostly and usually read in French because French is my first language. But as I'm trying to improve my English since last year, I try to also read in English, so because of course it's better and it's useful. I love reading about psychology and neuroscience because I went to university to learn neuroscience, even though I'm not working in this field right now because I'm YouTuber, like influencer, but I'm still loving this science. But today I'm not going to talk about psychology books or neuroscience books, but more like everyday lifestyle books and also self-help books, because that's also my favorite type of books to read, because I think it's really interesting to learn in books and I love learning when I'm reading books. I want to have like concrete, like pragmatic, like really useful and practical advice in books, and of course self-help books are great for that. So if you're like me, I think you're gonna love this video. And I've also made previous videos in French about my French books. I usually put the English version, like the English book, in the video, so you can go check it out in English if you want, if it's possible, because all the books are not translated. But a lot of the books I'm reading are translated in French, so the original is in English. So a lot of them, you can find them in English. So I'll put the link of my previous video here and in the description box. You can check them out if you want, if you're interested. These are the books I'm going to talk about today. I put them in the order I want to talk about them. I always made like really long introduction, I'm sorry. But I feel like I have to give you a context for this video. First up is this book, Essentialism. Ooh, Essentialism. Okay, I hope it's that. By Greg McKeown. I'm sorry if I pronounced something wrong because obviously English is my second language. I love this book because it really helps you to better know what is essential in your life and trying to reduce things, reduce activities, like really do things you want to do. So use your energy for the right things, and so enjoy more life, enjoy more what you're doing and also what you have, because I feel like especially in this time we're living, we have more and more things, more and more possibilities, more and more activities and everything. I think we're really blessed, but we also have to learn how to differentiate what we want and what we don't want, and also what we really like and what is not for you or for us. Better understand what is important and also help you do the process, like because it's obvious that we have to get rid of some things. We know that you can have everything and we have to choose, but I don't know, sometimes, at least for me, it's kind of difficult. I'm always someone for whom it's difficult to let things go, and yeah, it helps me a lot. It's almost like the Marie Kondo book, which is really about things and tidy up and everything like that. But this one goes beyond that, which is like a minimalism. But I think here it's more like finding a balance between what you want and what you need, and yeah, having both of them, because sometimes, of course, we want something that we don't really need. So if you're a purist, like if you're really a minimalism, I think you would get rid of these things. But if you're essentialist, maybe you would think that if I want something, it's maybe because this thing is important for me and I can make it and include it in what I need. I don't know how to say that, but I think there is a transformation process in essentialism. You transform things that maybe you feel are important, but we don't know why and we don't know how they are. And it's not only about getting rid of things, wanting to have less, but having better, making time for things that are important, and also be practical. Like, we have a limited time, we have a limited home, we have a limiting mind. Like, we can think about everything. We have to choose what we want to think about. And yeah, it's everything about that. I also love the fact that like there is some black pages. Like, I don't know, the book is really nice, and sometimes you have like big texts like this. The only downside I would say is that for essentialist book, maybe there is too much stuff in it. It could have been smaller and shorter, but I loved it. I recommend you this book. Great book. Next one is The Wisdom of No Escape and the Path of Loving Kindness by Puma Chodon. I don't know how to pronounce this name. She's an American Buddhist, and there is a lot of Buddhism in this book. I'm not really into that, but there are really interesting things. I bought this book at Shakespeare and Company bookstore in Paris. If you are in Paris, you have to go in this bookstore. It's really good. Every books are in English, and you have so many books, so many type of books, and the building is really typical, like old French typical house and everything, so really beautiful. And they give you like to mark the page. I don't know how you call this in English. I went with an American friend called Simone, so hi Simone. So yeah, you have to go there. It's really nice. So I picked this book because I want to work on my perfectionism. I want to learn how to be more kind with myself, because if you're perfectionist, it's because sometimes you have trouble accepting things about yourself, or you have trouble forgiving yourself, this kind of things. So that's why I wanted a book about that, because I'm really trying to be less like that for years now, but this year I really want to be more kind with myself, because of course if you're kinder with yourself, you're also kinder with others, so it's really important. Sometimes I just want the things to be right, like to do the right things and people do the right things. Like, of course, everyone wants that, but sometimes it almost gets obsessive for me. So I really need to get rid of that because it's not essential. What was interesting is that I learned that sometimes it's better to have limits in order to appreciate what you have and be satisfied, which is kind of counterintuitive, because I always thought that it's better to have no limit and to have escapes. I hate having the feeling that I'm not free. So when I saw the title, I was like, okay, how could it be possible? How can you enjoy having no escape? To enjoy this escape thing, like this freedom thing, because I love that, but actually sometimes to be able to enjoy what you already have, you have to put limits. For example, like in relationships or marriage or everything like that, I think you enjoy more the relationship when you fix that there will be only one person. Like, you learn about the person, you're doing things with this person, you're creating something, you chose this person, so you have limits and you can actually really build something and enjoy what you have, and things like that. So that's really interesting for me, because that's obvious for me in relationships, but in other things in my life it's not. So I don't know, I'm kind of paradoxical, so I know. But that's something really interesting for me to learn about. And I want to read more books about that, so if you have any suggestions or recommendations, please leave them below in the comment section. I haven't finished it and I don't know if I'm gonna finish it. There's a lot about Buddhism and a lot of things about meditation which interest me a bit less, I would say. This book is more like a philosophical book and also a book of theology, and it talks a lot about meditation, so if you're into meditation, maybe you'll like this book. Okay, next, Influencer by Brittany, Hennessy. As you know, I'm an influencer and I love what I'm doing and I love creating content, and I think it's always interesting to learn about others' perspective on this job. I'm doing it for 7 years now, so it's been a while. She gives a lot of advice which are great. Really recommend this book if you're into social media and using social media to build your personal brand. That's exactly what it is about. So many advice, and she also interviewed some big influencers, so they give their advice too and their own perspective in this book. I did not learn a lot because I've already learned a lot by my own experience, but I really recommend this book because I think the advice are really good. If you don't know anything about social media and how to be an influencer, what it means to be an influencer, it's really good. It's really easy to read. I love the fact that you have like a big part like this, like some insight presented like this, like different organization in the book, differentiate the advice, and I don't know, I like how it's built. And I feel like you have almost everything in it, so it's really good. I also love the cover, which is really cool and really nice, really beautiful. In the influencer game, I have Patricia Bright's book, which is beautiful. I love this pink and she looks gorgeous on the cover. Heart and Hustle, which is difficult for me to pronounce. When you speak French, you don't pronounce like the H, so it's always a struggle. I've already read half of it, which is good, is that you can read it pretty fast, so I'm gonna finish it really soon. She talks about her life, how she got into this influencer game, I would say, how she built her brand, how she built her company. She gives a lot of advice. It's almost like you're having a conversation with her, and she talks in this book like she talks in her YouTube channel, so it's really I don't know, it's really fresh. Like, I have a nice feeling when I'm reading it because I really feel like I'm talking to her and she's talking to me. So I don't know, I like how it's written. It's also really easy to read if English is not your first language. You learn about things that happen in her life and you wouldn't think that. I don't know. I was surprised sometimes about things in this book, and the way she writes this book is really inspiring because as it feels like a conversation, it's like, yeah, your friend giving you advice. So you want to listen to her, like, in a way, I don't know. She also talks about money and finances, which is really interesting because there's not a lot of books that talks about that, so that's good. And in this topic, I've also bought this book, which is a classic book in this field, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. This book is small, but it's actually really big. Like, you have so much information in it. I haven't finished it yet because I think I'm gonna take time to finish it because I'm not reading it in the right order, like straight, like first page to the last page. Instead, I'm like go in here and then go back and then, yeah, like go into it like as I'm feeling it and following what I want to learn, because as I said, there is a lot in it and there are like conversations in this book which I'm not really into. I like the page where you have graphics and concrete explanations, which is good, which I like. I think it's really helping you to have another mindset on money and about money, learning how to build assets, learning what is asset, how to manage money. That's something I haven't really learned in school, like even though I also have a degree in entrepreneurship, we had classes about finances, but it wasn't like really concrete and really about the mindset and about, I mean, like almost the rules, like what are the rules to really manage your money right and doing the right things and doing, yeah, what you should do with your money. So I don't know, it's really interesting for me to learn about that, and I think I'm gonna buy other books about this topic because yeah, I actually don't know much and a lot, so I can definitely improve in this field. I'm my own boss, so I really need to manage my money properly. I want to be entrepreneur, like being my own boss all my life, so it's really important for me to really think ahead and really anticipate, and I would say be more thoughtful and smart about my money. So yeah, definitely important and useful, and I will recommend this book if you're interested. There's something bothering me when I'm watching his videos, so it's better to read the book for me. But I think he knows so much, and his knowledge is really useful and practical, and yeah, so that's why I bought this book. And the last book is Becoming by Michelle Obama, of course. I had to have this book. I haven't read it yet. That's the only book I haven't even start reading because I want to really be focused on it, and at the moment I'm reading like a bit there when I have a bit of time, but I really want to be focused on it when I'm gonna start reading it. But I know that it's about her life, what happened, what she learned, so I think it will be really inspiring and really interesting. So if you like her, of course you want to buy. As I love Patricia Bright, that's why I bought her book. That's also why I bought Michelle Obama's book, and I think I'm gonna be surprised about some things in this book. You also have a lot of pictures in it, so yeah, really interesting. That's it, here we go for this video. I hope you like this video. Let me know if you have already read some of these books because they're not really new, so maybe you have. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you're gonna read some of them, and let me know if you have recommendations for me for books to read. So please like if you like this video. Let me something in the comment section because I love reading you in the comments. Also subscribe if you want to keep watching my videos in English and French on this channel, so 1 and 2 in English, and I hope to see you soon. Bye. Okay. Hey. You'll be able to go check it out. Check them. So you'll be able to. So you can check them out. No. Oh no. No. Minimalism.